Welcome students towards the C# conceptual lecture series. I will be creating small videos. We will be explaining you the various concepts related with your C# language. So my first concept comes with what exactly you mean by a class and what do you mean by an object. A class we always call it the blueprint. An object is termed as what we can say implementation of the class. So over here in this particular small figure, you can understand I had created one class that is named the accounts, which has few member variables because class is the collection of member variables and member functions. Member variables are holding data and member functions are processing data. So few member variables are there which are also called as attributes, which are holding some data like the name, ID, balance, and some methods like balance inquiry, withdraw money, etc. So this class accounts, I can able to create an object of the class. So I can call this SBI is one object and this ICICI is what? Another object. So simply I can say class is like a blueprint and object is what? The copy of a class which can be utilized for completing the functionalities. So that is what a class and object is all about. So we need to understand how do we create a class in C# and how do we create an object of a class in C#. So let's take a small example. I'm having this namespace called as console application 21. In that there is already one class is present called as the program. Here I'm interested in creating one class. So I'm creating a class by declaring the class using a keyword class followed by the name of the class. So you can understand this is a declaration of the class. So I declared one class named as a test. And this is the definition of the class. And in this definition, I will be creating various member variables and what member functions. Now, the member variables are holding the data also termed as attributes. So I declared some member variables. Normally, member variables are declared as private. So I just declared the member variable by saying int x, y. So these are attributes of the class x and y. And I would like to create some function in the class. So I just create one small function by saying public void show. And this is what my function declaration. So this is the class test, a declaration of a class test, and this is nothing but a definition of the class test. These are the attribute declaration, also called as member variable declaration, and this is what your function declaration. In my next videos, I will be explaining about in detail what is static function, non-static function, what is static member variable, non-static member variable, which are the different parameters. But right now you can understand a class is nothing but a collection of member variables and member function. It is actually termed as what your blueprint. And this class functionality can be used by you by creating an object of the class. How do we create an object of the class? The concept is quite easy. You can create an object of the class by providing first of all the class name, followed by the name of an object, equal to new, followed by the name of the class once again. So T1 is right now an object of a class named as what your test. And through the T1, it is possible for us to call the functionalities which are being developed in what we can say the C#, in the C# class. So now what is needed to be understood by you? Remember that if I'm giving the direct access of the class, and this class has been accessed by multiple programs at the same time, what will happen? Only one program can access the functionality, others require to wait in the queue. So what we do it, we allow others to utilize the class functionalities with the help of creating an object. So everybody will be having a separate copy. I can more precisely say if I'm preparing the handwritten notes and giving it to one student, then I can only serve to one student. But my handwritten notes, I am taking a xerox of it and passing it to n number of students. It means I am able to serve to at the same time to multiple students. And that is the beauty of this concept called the classes and object. So now let us detail understood about the difference between the class and the object. So what is the class? A class is used as a template for declaring and creating an object. True. An object is nothing but an instance of a class, that is nothing but a copy of a class. A class, when a class is created, no memory has been allocated. Please remember that. Class, जब भी आप create करते हो, memory allocate होता नहीं है. But whenever you are creating the object, is actually allocate the memory space whenever you are creating an object. The class has to be declared first and only one. An object can be declared many times as per what we can say requirement. A class cannot be manipulated as they are not available in memory, but object can be what? Manipulated. I can more precisely say a class is a logical entity and an object is nothing but a physical entity because memory has been allocated for an object. A class is declared with a keyword called the class, and whereas the object is being declared by using or initialized by using what? A new keyword. A class is used to bind data as well as method together as a single unit. And whereas objects are like what? A variable of a class. Already you're knowing the syntax of the class. How do we create a class? A class followed by the class name and definition of this particular class. How do we create an object of the class? अभी भी देखा था हम लोगों ने. Class name, object name equal to new class name. If I'm just declaring like this as test T2. So T2 is what? An object which is declared but not yet initialized. And whenever we specify T2 equal to new test, it means object is what been initialized. So you are able to declare and then in the next statement you can able to initialize, or declaration initialization can be done by you together in what? A single statement. So this is the syntax of this particular creation of an object, that is the class name, object name equal to new class name. A class example I can give it to the bike, but the bike mech is nothing but an object of a class. So blueprint of the bike has been implemented by Ducati, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and it is what? Nothing but an object of the class. Well, students, I am updating all these series of the concepts in the T.Y.Bsc.It subject as well as the Java subject. So I request all of you to comment if suppose you are expecting some new video to be updated by me. At the same time, I will like that if you subscribe the channel because I will be coming up with various materials also for you that can be reviewed by you and that will help you to prepare for the exam as well as for the interview. Thanks a lot.